Hey guys, what's up? Dragoon here, and I'm bringing you a video that I've been promising for a little while, and I just couldn't wait till the weekend to do it. And so here it is. This is my updated Applejack Twilight starter slash structure deck. I don't know what you'd call it. I don't really have a name for it. But by now, if you've been playing the game for a while, you know exactly what AJ's cards do. So first of all, I'm going to go over the deck and all the changes I've made to it. Some things have changed, some things I haven't, and that's just the way things are. Alright, and then I'll go over my problems over here. I've made some changes to the problem deck since the first video as well. So I'll start with the main deck here, and I'll go just a little bit into detail with some of my choices. So first we got Applejack Steadfast Farm Pony. It's for my main character. She has a home limit of 3, and when you confront her problem with more power than what's required, which is very easy to do, you flip her over, and then she just becomes boosted. When she's boosted, her home limit goes to 4. And she gets stubborn, which means even if she's exhausted, she can still go and she can still solve the problem, and her power goes towards anything you need power towards. But she also gets the ability of whenever one of your friends with her at a problem or at home would be dismissed, you could essentially top deck it or put it back on top of your deck. So it's great for face-offs if you have like a high-level character. If you have like let's say you'd have her plus 4. Let's say if you have 5 friends at home, so you have to dismiss the higher one, then use her effect to top deck the higher one, and then your opponent goes into a face-off during their score phase. You're pretty much guaranteeing yourself a high level, hopefully. So there's that. Next, I have 2 Comet Tails. Comet Tails only in here because he's the 1-drop. He's just a 1/1. He has no effect really. Yeah, I'm going to take him out for a 3rd copy of something that's in this deck that I'm going to show off, and it's a really good card. Alright, you'll see it when I play it. Let's see. I'm still playing 3 Apple Cobbler. Apple Cobbler is pretty good. He costs 1, you need 1 orange powered already on the field, which you would already have if you play AJ. And she just gives 1, but she also has Stubborn, and having a card with Stubborn on the board really early could be beneficial. You never know when your opponent's going to pull out a purple Parasprite. Right? And early exhaustion can be, it can be dangerous, I guess. Hopefully I know what I'm talking about. Then I have 2 Igneous Rocks. Like I said, I don't really like him, but he does have his uses. When he's played, he does get an extra power. So he's 2 for the first turn he's out, but then he goes back down to 1. So he does really push for like problem solving, and that's about all he's good for, really, or as far as I'm concerned. And then here's the card that I was talking about with Comet Tail. I would remove 1 Comet Tail just for another copy of this guy, which you see I have a 4 version of him. This is Rare Find, and yes, it's very shiny. Yeah, I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but oh my lord, this card is just amazing. I really need to find a 3rd one to put in here, just because he is low cost. He only costs 1, and you only need 2 magic to go out. And if you haven't guessed, I'm doing these in from lowest power to highest power. But his effect is really what makes him really, I think, one of the better cards in the game. And it says this card gets +1 power for each of your opponent's characters at its problem. So he's already 1 to start. Right, so yeah, he's not that great alone, but if you've been playing the game, you notice sometimes your opponent would put like 3 to 4 friends on a problem. All I have to do is like move Rarefy into that problem or place him there, and he suddenly gets +4. So now he's 5. And that's not until just the main phase. That's just, this effect, according to how it's worded, it's like forever. It's like the entire turn he's going to be plus whatever. So he can easily go up to, with at least 2. He's 3. So he costs 1, and he'll be 3 power most of the time. If he's at home, he's at 1. So yeah, really great card. I love him. He's one of the better cards. And then we got, 3 Granny Smiths. I opted to put Granny Smith in the deck. Hey, just because, I think in the earlier video I said I really didn't like her, but I've grown to like her. She does have the 2 power, which is great. Ain't not a lot of orange 2 powers when you think about it. And plus her effect, when you play her, you get to move resources around. So, you get to play around with your opponent's resources. You get to play around with yours. It's really fun when you get to move, like an equipment that they have that's like boosting one of their friends to like somebody else entirely, or just give it to yourself. I don't think there's any rules that says otherwise. Okay, next we got 2 Auntie Applesauce. She's really persistent. She costs 2 only. And she only has 1 power, but when if she were to be dismissed, you can put her back in your hand with something that's really hard to get rid of. I don't really need to run that many of, because as soon as I get her, it's like, well, she's guaranteed to be sticking around for a while. Even because like there's a little bit of the pink cards that say like, what's that one? It's not Ridiculous Outfit, but it's like, oh yeah, it's Special Delivery, or like something like that. Like wait, there it is, an invitation for you. Here, or like, here's your invitation. This thing, it's a simple pink card that's, I forget how much it costs, but it says like you dismiss a friend on your opponent's side of the field. Now, of course, if they're foolish enough to pick Auntie Applesauce, she goes back to your hand. That's all. And then we got 3 Blue Moon. He's my 2 magic power. He's pretty much all I need. I really want to make sure I have him. He's really important just for the magic aspect. There's not that many magic cards, but as long as I have at least Blue Moon on the field, I can play anything magic related. At least in my deck. Like in your deck, may be different. And then here's a new card that I got. Only one of, because I only have 1. Coco Carouse. I hope that's how you say his name. And he costs 3. He has 2 power. And his effect is, when you reveal a troublemaker at this card's problem, an opponent discards 2 random cards. It's a really unique effect for what it is. Virtually any deck, any deck can play him. But with all the orange cards that have like discarding powers, really makes sense to play him. I don't know if I'd play more. And then, I don't have 1. I have 2. I have 2 Applejack Plant Leader, 1 foil. That's really great. And she costs 3. You need to have 2 orange power on the board. She has 2 power. She has Stubborn. And when you win a face-off involving this card, your opponent discards a random card. So here we go with the discarding theme. Okay, let's see. Yes, one of these. This is Sunny Smiles, the iconic friend. She costs 3, you need 2. She has 3 power. But her effect is really nice. And which is, when an opponent discards a card, this card gets +1 power until the end of turn. And so yeah, and she's already 3, so with AJ's ability and even Coco's ability, hopefully that ability like stacks, so if they discard 2 cards, she gets +2. So she'll go up to 5 for the turn. Scoring! Epic scoring. And then here's a newer card, an ultra rare. If you saw in my unboxing video. This is Ship Shape. I'm literally just testing him out for a little while. Oh, he seems good. He has a face-off reaction. When you flip a card, exhaust this card to ignore that card's power and flip a new card. So he just gives you another chance if you exhaust him. But if you put Hard Hat on him, he becomes like a really good card, because then he'd have Stubborn. And because you don't really want to lose like 2 power at a problem, at least in my experience. And then we have one Lady Justice. It's just one, and because why not? Like I said, I don't really play that much magic cards or purple cards in here. Just the 3 Blue Moon and the 2 Rare Finds and the 2 Comet Tails, which would just be like 1 Comet Tail. But if I'm playing like 1 Comet Tail, I'd probably just opt out for something else. But I wouldn't know what that is. But you know, she's good. As I explained in my first deck video, you play her to a problem, and during the score phase or during face-offs, your opponent gets -1. Oh, no, never mind. Sorry, I can't see. Your opponent's characters at this card's problem get -1 during face... Oh, yeah, it is during face-offs. See, they weird them kind of... Some cards are worded weirdly. And then, the last of my friends, 3 Drill Bits. And he's pretty much my most expensive card so far. And, as you can see with his effect, when you play him, your opponent discards a random card. Alright, really great. He's one of my favorites, and I even got a foil version of him. From a friend. And so, that's great. Really good combos. Really good. I'm still trying to figure out combos. Now we get on to the Troublemakers. We got 3 Yellow Parasprites. As Yellow Parasprite during your opponent's Troublemaker, at the start of your opponent's Troublemaker phase, they discard a random card. So the whole discarding theme. If I have Sunny Smiles out, she's gonna get +1 automatically. Just by this card. So Yellow Parasprite is great. And then the next Troublemaker I have is Brown Parasprite, which is just kind of like a filler, but it's better than nothing. I don't really like to play Purple Parasprite, even though, yeah, exhausting a character is nice, but technically Flam does that too. So I could put Flam or Purple Parasprite in there, but I just wanted to try the Brown Parasprite for like milling my opponent. If you don't know what milling is, it's taking cards from the top of their deck and putting it in the grave or discard thing. And here I have Nightmare Moon, just 1, because I can only get 1. She's an ultra rare. What are you gonna do? They're like, literally, the box ratio is like 3 to like 3. You get 3 ultra rares in every box. So I'm lucky to have gotten this at the pre-release. But she also goes with like the entire like AJ discard hand thing, because when she's revealed, both players discard their hands, draw 3, or just draw 3 new cards, and then during each player's at the start of each player's Troublemaker phase, that turn player discards a card. Right, so every turn, and she's like really good. I'd take out the Brown Parasprite just to put another one in here. Right, I can never draw her, never. All right. We're going on to resources. I still have my 2 Hard Hat accessories. I don't see any need to play more than that. I don't really draw it too much, really. So I think it's in its perfect place, let's say. You play it on the friend, it gets stubborn. Like I said, I'm really good with ship shape. I really don't want to get these names wrong. Yeah. Or just to give your other character stubborn, in case your opponent likes to do like an exhaust build. I don't know what that would. I don't even know what that would even look like. You guys still have to send me stuff, or send me your videos, or tell me what you're running. Then I have Too Much Pie. Play on a friend. This friend gets -5 power during the score phase. Just the score phase, not the main phase. But I mean, it's a big minus. So like during the score phase, if your opponent has like the bare minimum, you can just say nope. And 5 is just a lot of points. I think the highest is 4 so far. I've seen, even on Princess Celestia. Then I got 3 cards, or I got 3 resource reports. The last one was a condition, which is basically like an equip. But this is a resource report, which you play on a problem, fighting for friendship. I got 3 of these. Basically, all my characters at this problem get +1 during face-offs. So it's a nice counter to anybody else playing Lady Justice, or just gives you that extra boost. And then I have one more resource, and this one's a new one. It's a location, and 1 Sweet Apple Acres. Obviously, right? I'm playing an AJ deck. You play this at your home, and then during your main phase, you can exhaust this card and pay an action token to force your opponent to choose and discard a card. Here we go, more with that discarding theme. You know, you see a theme and then you just roll with it. You roll it like with Applejack's eyes. See her rolling her eyes? Alright, now we got our events. First event, starting from lowest, is a Bully and a Beast. It costs nothing to play, but I need to have 2 orange on the field to play it. And it's a Troublemaker face-off reaction. I play this after I flip a card for my Troublemaker, so I have to be in the face-off for my Troublemaker. And it lets me ignore that card if I get like a low card, like a 1 power. I can ignore that card. I can drop this, ignore that, and then flip a new one. Next I have a new card. I got Whoa There Nelly. Again, it costs nothing, but I need to have 3 orange on the field. And it's a reaction to whenever one of my friends has been dismissed, I get to put it in my hand. It's really great. Next I have 3 cards I want to take a little bit of the video talking about. Apples and Oranges. There's other cards that are akin to this. There's, what is it, Royal Guidance, Dig Deep for the Rainbow Rarity deck. But essentially what this does is, for 1 action token during your main phase, you can choose a orange or a purple character, at least for this version of it, and that character gets +1 orange and +1 purple until end of phase. It's important to note that end part, end of phase. A lot of people, if you're playing this, like, if they'll say, like, I play apples and oranges, and let's say I have Ship Shape out, and I give it to Ship Shape. Well, now and I play it to him. Well, now he has, like, 3... Yeah, I really gotta get with it, because Interplay kind of a little bit confused me with a, post they did on Facebook with, like, they have an extended facts, and they say, like, with, the cards like these, it actually gets +2 in, like, both of them, so technically, like, Ship Shape would have, like, 4 in both orange and purple, but with how it's worded, I'd say it only gets, like, 3 in orange, and then it has 1 in purple. Oh, but, it's important to, like I said, it's important to note the end of the sentence says end of phase. You play this during your main phase. When it's your score phase, this card becomes null. You don't get that power up anymore. So if I played it on Ship Shape during the score phase, he goes back to 2. So the sole purpose of this card and cards like it are to play like your higher cost characters earlier. To just play them like that much earlier. Alright, and it only costs 1, so you're not wasting resources. And I've almost been talking 20 minutes, so I really got to wrap up. So the last card I have is Working Together, which is just a regular event. I play this during a face-off. If I have Applejack or Fluttershy involved in a face-off, I can flip an additional card. But if I happen to have both of them, I flip 2 additional cards. I know you're saying, why would you? Well, you're not even playing Fluttershy. Well, I have it just for the Applejack aspect. There is a card for AJ Twilight, but I just don't have it. and so I got this in a pack, I think, or I traded for this. I can't remember. So I just decided, well, at least I get to flip an additional card, and then once I get the other card, I'll put that in here. So this will change, obviously. And now we have our problems. I'm going to go through them real quick because I'm taking a little bit too much of your time. I'll go over my starting problems. First I have Runaway Cart, just simple starting problems. Then I have 2 Avalanche. Enter With is really specific for the deck. It costs 2 and 2. And when a player confronts this problem, the player's opponent discards a card, so it can work both ways. Or it will work both ways when they confront it. And then next I have 2 Want It, Need It. The first player to confront this problem with an orange character with at least 3 power scores an additional point, which is really easy to do. And then a new problem I have. Hungry Caterpillars. When this problem is played, each player discards a card. See? More discarding. More of it. Another new card. Ponyville in a Bottle. It's more for the Magic deck, but like I said, as long as I have Blue Moon out, totally fine with this. But this one's a little bit more strict. It says that friends with less than 2 power can't be played with this problem. So only the higher power characters can be played on this one. So it's really great. And then last but not least, I have Raise This Barn. Orange friends here cannot be dismissed. But it's one of my higher cost problems. In my other video, I think I remember I had 2 of these. But I opted down to 1 because whenever this problem would come up, I would be in a position where I can't really solve it. So, oh yeah, you can say I'm pretty bad at solving hard problems. But whatever. That was my deck video. You can tell me how you like it in the comments below. You can tell me, like, you can suggest cards I should run. What should I be running? Should I be running just a little bit more Magic? Do you think my Magic is just right, even though it's a couple cards? And yeah, I'm just fidgeting with the camera right now, so I'll leave a like, favorite it, and a comment, and I'll have more videos up. I want to talk about a little bit more stuff. I want to talk about, like, probably my next video is going to be something along the lines of confusion. Like, a lot of people are confused about which cards are being played and what their effects are. Kind of like the apples and oranges thing, which I sort of addressed in this video. Oh, and I want to make more videos about that. And so, like I said, leave a like, favorite, comment, and subscribe for more pony videos. I'll see you in the next video. Oh, stay awesome.